Welcome back to my COVID dungeon. I have a bit of an update on the current situation, but first of all, I just want to say thank you for the kindness and support I've received since yesterday. Honestly, I am blown away by it. Like, it's something that I've always known about the trail. I've always heard about how kind the community is, and like it's a big part of why I really wanted to do it. But to receive the kindness myself, like honestly, like I cried so much yesterday, just out of just the emotion of it all, and just being blown away by people who have never even met me, offering to give me gear, to buy me gear. A trail angel phoned me saying anything I need, he would take me to a shop, and just so kind, so kind. And then just Scout and Frodo, the support they give me, and just being sent away with the package and like basically a 4-course dinner, and like 10 million cheese strings, which I love. I haven't had those in years. And even a box of mints. Like, oh my gosh, they had me covered. And I'm just so grateful for that, especially when I've come from quite far away as well, and I don't know anyone here. I've never been here, so yeah, to have that support is really appreciated. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone, and I am going to get round to replying to all the lovely comments as well. So situation one, I have a bit of good news. I got it back. Oh, so happy. I'll never let you go, I promise. So I have no idea why it was so complicated, but I finally got my backpack back. So in the airport, like I said yesterday, I showed them the air tag, where it was and all, but for some reason they still said it was missing and there was no trace of it and all that. And yeah, it was a bit of a problem because I didn't have a SIM card, so I couldn't phone them, and I also didn't have internet apart from the Wi-Fi when I got here. So yeah, it was a bit complicated to track down. Last night I ended up borrowing the phone from reception and was able to tell them again where exactly it was, and yeah, despite that I still got an email last night saying that they still couldn't find the bag, and all this malarkey. But anyway, thankfully this morning I turned on my phone and opened up the Find My thingy-majiggery bob, and I was able to see that my AirTag was in the hotel. So that was such a relief. So happy to have it back. So that's the first problem sorted, so that's all good. Got my gear. But yeah, last night after I got in and made the video and stuff, I think I had just been running on pure adrenaline, and like once that wore off, I absolutely crashed in a heap. So to give a bit of context as well, so the night before the flight I didn't sleep, then on the flight, the night on the flight I didn't sleep at all, and then the third night then I was staying in a hostel, but it was so late by the time I arrived there because of the gear missing and stuff like that, and because of the jet lag I didn't sleep at all. So by the time I rocked up at Scout and Frodo's, that was basically 3 nights I hadn't slept for. So yeah, I was well and truly exhausted. And just last night, I think, yeah, with the COVID it just set in as well, and the like shivers and the hot sweats and headache and stuff like that. So last night was not pleasant, but I do feel a wee bit better today. Yeah, I still feel like rough as a badger's arse. I think, to be honest, I think it's mostly the jet lag and the lack of sleep. Yeah, so I've decided to extend my stay a little bit here. I'm going to spend 3 nights here, And then hopefully I can start feeling a bit better, and hopefully I'll test negative for COVID soon, and then with a bit of luck, like hopefully I can spend the night with Scout and Frodo at some stage, and then get to the trail. I've never been so determined in my life to do something, so nothing is going to stop me getting to this trail. I am so determined. So I think I'll end with a quote, because you all know I love a good quote. When I was just sort of like clearing out my photos again, I found another good quote. Actually, I've got two quotes, 2 for 1 today. So actually the first quote, this was, somebody sent me this on Instagram, and I read it this morning and just thought that really is exactly what I needed to hear. And this quote is, "Sometimes the bad things that happen in our lives put us directly on the path to the best things that will ever happen to us." And I think that is just something that I really needed to hear. And I do also believe that, things like this, they happen for a reason, even if it's not so clear now. Eventually, like, the reason will come clear. Like, I'm where I need to be, and I wasn't supposed to start, obviously, on my start date, so, and I just trust that for whatever reason that's the way it is, and it will work out. And there's another quote as well that I really like. It is, "If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together." The reason why I'm sharing this is I just think that that is so relevant to just all the support and kindness that I have had. And honestly, like, I think that it's the people that's going to get me to Canada. The people I meet and just the kindness of everyone, it's just going to be what's going to be pushing me on, I think. And it's going to get me the distance. I love that quote. Also, there's been quite a few people suggesting that I set up a Patreon account. This is not something I ever really considered doing. I've seen other YouTubers do it, and I've always thought it makes sense, because the content they provide, like, it's worth something, and like, it, maybe I'm being a bit hard on myself, but I've just sort of never thought that people would want to pay to see my content. So it's not something that I had thought of, but I guess, I'm all for trying new things, especially out here. This is a brand new experience, and maybe I should give it a go. So if I can figure out how to do it, I'll put a link to that in the description. But I don't want anyone to feel like they need to support it. Like, absolutely not. Like, don't feel inclined to do it, only if you want to support the content. And my through hike, like, the options there, but absolutely no pressure to do so. Signing off on COVID isolation day number 2. Thanks again to everyone for all your support, and I will update soon. So I think it's safe to say that it's only up from here. So goodbye.